तो मेरा आंसर वैसे ही खत्म हो जाएगा. Right? Why do people invest in stocks? हाई रिटर्न मत बोलो सर, अभी थोड़ा आगे जा रहा हूँ ना, FM1 के आगे, FM1 के आगे नहीं हो रहा है. हाउ यू गेट दैट रिटर्न्स? डिविडेंड्स, एंड देन यू सेल इट एट ए प्रॉफिट. देखिए आ गया वापस कंसेप्ट. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दीज आर द कंसेप्ट. स्ट्रीम ऑफ फ्यूचर बेनिफिट्स. Take any asset class, any asset class. You may have different assumptions. I am nobody to question them, but the fact is, the fundamentals are here: dividends, right, and profit selling, rentals and profit selling. I need capex. Similarly, in a project, I spend 100 lakhs. I end up getting 50, 60, 40 plus. Let's say I wind up the project. Sir, abhi I'm taking it ahead. For FM1, I really enjoyed interacting with you all, but now I've got the task of pushing it ahead. I decide to wind up this project here. What will you get? What will you get? This value here. Let's say I put a value, right, minus 100. थोड़ा ज़्यादा मैं optimistic दिख रहा है आज. Plus 5, plus 6, plus 4, plus, okay, plus 120. मैं 80 लिखने वाला था, then I realized I also mentioned real estate. तो plus 120. Okay. What is that last value in a box called? The entire thing is return on capital. Sir, आप लोग छोड़ ही नहीं रहे हो return word, right? The entire thing you make is your return. But what is that last thing? Premium. Yes. This residual भी चल सकता था, but this, please get used to your terms, right? It is what we call as residual, agreed, but we call it as terminal value. Final value, terminal value. Excuse me friends, why did I bring it up? In all your, एक book है valuations के ऊपर, some of you are already advanced, right? Vijit sir has mentioned that I should be telling you all this, not for my course. Valuation, there's a very good book, right? And it's an honor, you know, if I can accommodate as many requests as possible, by Damodaran. Right, Valuation by Damodaran, right? Amazing book. आप लोग तो आगे करोगे ही, finance students will do it. They will pick up a specialization. Valuation by Damodaran. Okay, it's an amazing book on, right, entire valuation, stock, debt, equity. He writes very well. This is slightly on the quantitative side, so I would not advise, especially those who are not taking up finance, though I would exhort people who are taking up finance, you should read this book. For the general class, if you want to get a good idea of what is valuation and what is the myth and the problems with valuation, you should read the book by the same author known as Dark Side of Valuation. It's a very simple, plain thing to read. Plain thing to read. First book is slightly quantitative. It's slightly quantitative, not recommended, but in case you are a banker, you want to do something in finance, wholly recommended, no doubt about it. But this is light reading. Okay. Now coming back, why did I stress on terminal value? Happy to note that a colleague here knocked it off. Residual value, some people call it salvage value. I would insist you should use the word terminal value. In most valuations, please note, in most valuations, terminal value contributes to at least 75% of the value of the asset. This value contributes, most cases, right? I would not say all, it contributes to 75%. Oh, this asset is worth so much. You will see this last value contributes to 75%. In fact, in most cases, it has even, in my assignments, it has easily crossed 85%. It comes from here. You should be very, very clear when you are estimating terminal value. Please make a small noting about terminal value. In a capital expenditure decision, we typically have, in a capital expenditure decision, we typically have a stream of cash flows. A stream of cash flows. For example, in real estate, we could have, you want to ask something? We could have rentals as well as sale of the property at the end. हाँ जी, interest on deposit is, एक मिनट रुको ना, will be taken care of in your discounting factor. 2 minutes, right? Point taken, but just give me 2 minutes, please. In case of a stock, the stream, in case of a stock, the stream of, we'll say stream, cash flow, stream of flows, would be dividend payments, as well as the selling price of the asset. In all capex, next para please, 2 lines, and I think this is very critical. In all capex, the terminal value is the final value it contributes to at least 75% of the value of the asset. Now you've got a stream of cash flows, but before I get on to NPV in a different light, that's it. I have introduced NPV, but now I'm going to introduce NPV in a different light. Okay. Now, so you've got a stream of cash flows. Okay. What do you do with this stream of cash flows? Sir, this is at the end of year 0. This is, I'm sorry, I didn't see. Yeah, sir, boliye na. Yes. It would apply to business valuations. It will apply to business valuation, equity valuations. It will not apply only to plant and machinery. No. In fact, in case of, if you are taking only plant and machinery, aapka case, you spent so much on plant and machinery, you got so much here. In that case, right, the salvage value will be minimal. That's exactly where, if you realize, that's exactly where I requested the colleagues that don't use the word residual salvage. Here we are talking of terminal value. So, and you got a very good point across. I am not valuing plant and machinery. I am valuing businesses. I am valuing equity stocks. I am valuing bonds. My entire, yeah, here it is. I have not rubbed it off. I am not valuing, right, plant and machinery per se. I am valuing stock, debt, which in turn is nothing but businesses. No, please ask. A business, my friend, can have anything, no ma'am. It can have non-fixed assets. You have got a point, but it can have anything. It can have plant and machinery. It can have across the line anything. His specific question is, I am buying a lathe machine. Lathe machine में ये terminal value एकदम छोटा रहेगा, because after depreciation उसको कम भाव में. We are not talking of that. We are talking of terminal value of a business concern. Tata ने कोरेस को खरीदा, right? Let me change my example now. Mittal, right? Arcelor. There we are talking of that terminal value. You are getting the logic going? Brand can play an important role in this, right? The patent that you have can have this thing. Why is Bombay Dyeing going up, sir? Bombay Dyeing, with due respects, right? But I'm talking to you, when I come here, it's more like a friend. Nothing, kuch nahi hai, right? He makes news, right? It's a derived news that he makes, right? Vadia, when he walks around. But then the stock has gone up because of the real estate that he sits on. Because the real estate that he sits on. So people are valuing that stock, thinking that when he restructures, if at all he restructures, I'll get that value. Bajaj Auto, right? So brand, goodwill, patent, land, it could be anything. You are valuing the business as a whole, right? Not lathe machine separate, ISCO separate, sab ek saath. What is the value?